Okay, so I'm going to speak on a topic that many of you have, wanted my opinion on, and that is the watcher situation. How they provided many YouTubers with the perfect blueprint on how to run your platform right into the ground, like just pew, just right into the dirt. So for those that don't know, the creators behind the YouTube channel called Watcher, and for those who also are unfamiliar with the content like I was, they pretty much make very high quality, high level, well-produced content. I will give them that. Watcher was founded by BuzzFeed members Stephen Lim, Ryan Bergara, and Shane Madej, I believe that's his name. Channel has or had around 3 million subs and well over 300 million channel views. Now, I wasn't very familiar with their content, like I just told you, prior to today. I mean, I used to watch BuzzFeed videos back in the day, but it was sporadic. I didn't really follow it like that, and I don't watch it anymore. Watcher decided to make a YouTube video. The creators decided to make a YouTube video, and of course they hyped it up and had a lot of hype behind it, obviously. And basically the video was about them announcing to their audience that they are going to be leaving YouTube. And essentially, it had all of the typical "I'm leaving YouTube." They slap up a couple of videos up there on the video, a couple of old videos, right? And the whole, oh my God, we had such a good run, all that kind of stuff, right? The typical "I'm stepping away from YouTube" shit that you see a lot of YouTubers out here make, right? But not just did they announce that they weren't going to be posting like that on YouTube anymore, but they also mentioned that they are going to be moving their content over behind a $6 a month paywall up on their website. Basically, they are trying to set up a subscription service and hoping that their audience that was used to getting their content for free will fork over the cash and subscribe over on their site. Take a look.
To our very own independent streaming service, Watcher. Watcher is an ad-free, independent streaming service dedicated to providing you guys the television caliber content that you know and love. But you're probably wondering, how is it going to be different than the YouTube experience?
The new streamer, I think, is a place that reflects what our content is. High quality series in season form, beautifully organized, ad-free. It's what we were destined to be.
First of all, bigger and better content.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to improve Ghost Files. I mean, I'm very happy with how the show has been, produced so far, but the streamer's gonna give us an opportunity to really add to it from a format standpoint, but we'll also be able to take bigger swings and go international, like we're going to the UK and we're going to Scotland. Also, the more resources we have, the more time we could focus on making the show better, and every season of that show, I want it to be better than the last, and I'm very excited for season 3. Which you guys will see on the streamer.
And after this video went live and people digested this video the video got eaten alive, okay? And not even just on YouTube. People who supported this channel all over the internet are flaming the shit out of the creators and their decision to do this, and rightfully so. Like, I can't get mad at them because, and I'm not saying this as any type of personal attack on the creators or on them or anything. I don't know these guys. I like I said, I never even knew their content existed, but it's just the truth. And it's very understandable why many people around the internet who supported them don't like this move from Watcher. It's very simple. The content they were providing their audience for free is no longer going to be free anymore. To anyone, that would be grounds for an ass whooping. But at the very least, it would surely cause some questions to be raised, such as, why are you doing this? Why right now? What's going on? Like, shit like that.
But all this to say, you'll still occasionally see us on YouTube. We're gonna post trailers for our shows there. We're gonna have the season premieres of all of our series on there. But if you wanna watch the full seasons of all of our content, the streamer will be the exclusive home for all of that starting May 31st.
Steven, talk about money.
Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month, or
$59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
Just to give you guys a glimpse of the backlash that these guys are getting for this horrible business decision, this video has over 150,000 dislikes to only 34,000 likes, which is an absurd ratio considering their size. And I can't blame people for not liking it. Like, you want your dedicated and loyal subscribers that have been rocking with you over the years and supporting your content, watching the vids, engaging with you, all of that, to fork over $6 extra of their hard-earned money to give to you, when it's already hard enough for people in this economy to even put gas in their car. And I guarantee that it is going to be the same type of content that they would have posted on YouTube anyway. Like, every company in the world has a subscription service. Netflix, Hulu, Stars, HBO, Paramount, Max, hell, even YouTube Premium, are all just a few of the things that a lot of people have subscriptions for. Hell, if you want a new hat every month, there is some type of subscription service out there that will curate a new hat for you to wear on your big ass head every month. If you want new drawers to wear, there is an underwear company that will send you new and fresh tighty whities every month to wear with a free gift inside. Every company for the most part has some sort of service that requires their users to pay monthly, and you want them to give you more money for what exactly? YouTube video level quality? Nah, bro, that's not it. That's not it at all. Now, going through their channel, most of their content is long form content, right? So like 20, 30-minute videos, things like that. And with a channel size of 3+ million subscribers and them pulling almost 400,000 to well over 3 to 4 million views on their video uploads, I would have to imagine that they are pulling in a very hefty check from YouTube each month. And I don't want to pocket watch out here, but since you guys bought up money and it's very easy to do a simple Google search, let's look up the channel analytics. So just judging by their analytics here, it's safe to assume that with the RPM they are getting from just YouTube ad revenue alone, they are bringing in around $50,000 a month, or around $600,000 a year in just YouTube ads alone. That I am 100% certain is way more than enough to cover the cost of producing the content they make, and even paying employees, staff, right, etc., all that stuff. $600K a year? And this could be way off. They could actually be making more, and I know they are. You want to know how I know that? Because they also have a Patreon where they have well over 12,000 members in 3 different paid tier levels. So that $600K figure I just spoke about isn't even counting their Patreon money revenue. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to pocket watch. I know I said that, but this kind of stuff really plucks at my ass hairs because I see too many people do stuff like this, and it really comes down to greed at the end of the day. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So you have the ad revenue, the Patreon revenue, and not to mention the merch they have, which, I'm sure brings in a decent amount of money, maybe not millions or anything like that, but, I'm sure it's something. And then you have the brand deals. And from what I've seen, and just by having been on the platform for as long as I have and understanding how these things work, I know that brand deals alone can be anywhere from a mere $1,000, $2,000 to all the way up to, I've seen it be as high as $30,000 to $40,000. And obviously I don't have their damn contracts in front of me right now, like I'm a damn business lawyer or something, but I can confidently guess that with a channel of their size and with the level of engagement they had, I'm sure that those brand deals they were a part of and those sponsored videos that they partnered with these companies to make were absolutely around $30,000 to $40,000, if not more. And they had a bunch of them in their videos. So it's safe to say that they were definitely not broke boys by any stretch of the imagination. Not even close. Y'all are not starving for money. You're not about to go bankrupt. You're just being greedy. That's it. That's honestly all it's about. Your channel isn't struggling. So in essence, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to make this move. I wish I was a fly on the wall in the boardroom with these three and would have loved to see how this conversation went down, because for them to make this video proudly, confidently, shamelessly upload it and put it out and think that their supporters would like this is ridiculously out of touch, almost criminally out of touch. So I have a question. For those people paying for the Patreon, are they going to have to pay for the Patreon and the subscription service on your website too? What about the ones who have like the highest tier on Patreon? Will they have to fork over another $6 too? Like, how does that work? Because if not, that is almost $20 a month for content they could have gotten over on YouTube for free. That's not a small chunk of change at all for most people in today's society. Now, while I was looking online, I did see a few of their supporters saying that, you know, because they have close to about 30 employees or so, give or take, you know, they have to do this, right? They gotta go and secure the bag, and, you know, they gotta make sure they get this money. That way they have enough to pay them. And to that I say, bullshit. That is a heavy load of barnacles, fish paste, if you will, nematode juice, whatever you want to call it. I may not have any employees yet, but I know a few YouTubers and they have more than 30 employees whom they pay, and they don't make nearly as much as Watcher has made. Now, to take the heat off of the Watcher channel for a second, there have been other group channels that have made a subscription service or had content on another site that their audience had to pay a monthly fee in order to have access to. But the difference with that is that those people still had their channel and were just putting different stuff up on, you know, like their Patreons and other, you know, services that they had, third-party services they had, like behind the scenes stuff, more live content, day in the life videos, like things like that, which I understand. But that type of content is a bonus. It's in addition to the content that's already available on their main platform. They weren't just putting up a big middle finger to their fans that have stood by their side and went rogue like this. It just doesn't make sense to me, because the whole point of someone creating a Patreon or having a third-party service like that is to put up content on there that either can't go on YouTube, or it's there to, like I said, give bonus content that's only available to that particular audience. So why on earth are they adding another subscription service for exclusive content when that's typically what Patreon is there for? You see where I'm going with this? Like, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down here? I just believe the creators of the Watcher channel didn't fully think this one through, and the horrible reception that they're getting as a result of this bad business decision, this bad choice they made, is going to hurt their channel. And in fact, it already has actually. As of the recording of this video, they have tanked in subscribers by around 60,000 since they aired that video. They have tanked in subscribers, and it's going to drop even more. And I would imagine the Patreon audience is going to decline right along with it, because a lot of people can see right through this and don't want to support them going forward. I imagine after seeing all the tomatoes being thrown at them since the video release, that, you know, it's that SpongeBob episode, right, where Squilliam Fancy Son asks for SpongeBob's name, right, and he forgets his name, and he has all of the SpongeBobs in his head going crazy, you know, trying to figure out what his name is, and there's paper everywhere, a fire breaks out, you know, SpongeBob's ripping his hair out. That's what I imagine is going on over at the Watcher headquarters right about now. I highly doubt that this idea will convert any people over there, and any people that do happen to find themselves on their channel are going to be quickly turned away once they get a whiff of the $60 a year paywall they have to get through in order to see YouTube videos. Like, it's just not smart. I understand why some YouTubers decide to want to have third-party subscription services in addition to their channels. For example, I know like channels like TV Night has a Patreon, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, I95 has a Patreon, Maniachi TV has a Patreon, the Mallory Bros, shout out to them, you know, have a Patreon, and so many more I can rattle off the cuff here. But the point is that they have the Patreon, and that audience gets access to exclusive content that can only be found on that platform and to that audience, which makes sense. But with this Watcher decision, they are literally taking content away from their audience and throwing it up behind a $6 a month brick wall that just doesn't make any sense at all. And I don't know exactly who came up with that idea, but whoever it was, needs to get their brain checked. Like, I'm talking like, you know, EKG, X-ray, laser beam, something. Because to me, it just seems like a slap right to the kisser to their fans. But I hope and pray that other YouTubers, especially big YouTubers, don't follow in their footsteps and decide to screw over their audience like these guys just did. But anyway, that's all I got to say on the matter. You know, it just, I don't like it. You know, it's just dumb to me. I just hate when people get greedy like that. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that's all I got to say on the matter. Make sure to like the vid if you made it this far, and also subscribe for the one time, because after all, that is free. Peace, y'all.